MD Live.
What's up, family? If it's your first time checking out the show, let me know what city, what state you're coming in from. If you're outside of the U.S., let me know what country you represent. Throw up your flag. Family, I need you to smash up the likes, smash up the likes, smash up the likes. Also, if you have not done so already on YouTube, after you subscribe, there's a little bell next to your subscribe button. Go ahead and click that thing right now so you can get your notifications each time I drop a new video like this. That way you'll be in the loop. I let a few hundred of y'all come in, then I'm going in. But in the meantime and in between time, I'm going to give some shots out to the early birds, starting with dun, dun, dun. Judith Chrisman. What's up, Judith? Is that sweet beloved? All right, all right. Happy Saturday. Joe Mama. What's up, homie? Where you been? Ruby Johnson. What it do? I'm going to come back to that comment. I'm going to come back to that comment. You know what? I'm going to send a link out. Joe Mama, jump on this live with me, man. I'm going to send a link out to you. I'm going to send a link out to you. If you don't want to show your face, you don't have to. But I want to get your thoughts. You know, you say you taught school for 35 years. You got a lot of insight there. I want to get your thoughts on it. So I'm going to put a link in the description in a minute. Let's chop it up. Juwan Buchanan. Any other teachers out there, you know, that want to jump on the live, let me know. Any kind of educators, let me know it. Let me know what your experience has been. Tommy McKinney, T. Wilson, what's up? Eric Whitfield, Emory Open, what it do, Cincinnati? Steph Bell, Tampa, Florida is in here. Buys boxing elite only. That's what I'm talking about. Dub Nation, Dallas, Texas in the building. North Carolina, Connecticut. I'm going in, fam. Going in. Save family. Tell you right now. These schools are fed up with you and your children coming onto the school property dressed any kind of old way. They are implementing strong, new, reinforced dress codes. I ain't got no problem with that, but some of y'all do, so let's talk about it. I heard some people saying, well, what does how you dress have to do with your ability to learn? It's called structure, proper decorum. Imagine walking into a courtroom in your pajamas, in a bonnet, pants hanging off your ass, booty crack showing, advertising, bust, everything bust open, just, look at here, look at here. Let me tell y'all something right now, fam, for all y'all who think it's cool to be walking around with your drawers showing. They're called underwear because you wear them under. They're not overwear, they're underwear. They're not above wear, they're underwear. I've always been self-conscious about somebody looking at my drawers who was not getting some drawers. Like, not only do I, first of all, I don't want no woman looking at my drawers if it ain't a woman who I'm intimate with, let alone some dude. I don't want no dudes looking at my drawers, man. Especially when some of these dudes who playing land crooked. I don't want them looking at my drawers at all. Only you should know what your drawers look like. And perhaps the person who picked them out. Perhaps you got a spouse and they picked your drawers out for you, laid them out for you, or they saw you getting dressed. But other than that, only you should know what kind of drawers you got on. Yeah, it's gonna rub some people the wrong way because I know some of our people, they so backwards. You know, sometimes, man, when you're raised, you think everything that's good is bad and everything bad is good. You just do everything in reverse, everything backwards. They got one such school named Woodland High School. Woodland High School Knights, Woodland Knights. Woodland Knights implemented a dress code, and some parents, they didn't like that. They didn't like that at all. Woodland is in Shreveport, Louisiana. They said that the dress code, that the people was dressing so damn crazy that they just had to implement a new dress code and put it out there for everybody to see so that they could kind of get some structure. What I gotta go to school? What does how I dress have to do with how I think? Everything. When you dress good, you look good, you feel confident. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Think about it. First day of school, fresh to death. You couldn't wait to go to school, man. 5 outfits when I was growing up. One for every day of the week. You had 5 outfits. And you couldn't wait to get all 5 of them out of the way. Soon as you get those outfits, whoo, boy, you can't wait to go to school fresh to death, boy. Feeling confident, right? Oh, yeah. Proper dress codes absolutely promote positive learning, a positive learning environment, and safety and a sense of unity among the students. And check this out, fam. Think about this. Dress codes can also promote or reduce socioeconomic stress and differences that save kids and their parents on buying new clothes. If everybody dressed alike, everybody ain't dressed all crazy, you know, wearing the wild outfits and this and that or whatever, There ain't no pressure. There's a dress code. I think all of these schools should have a dress code because some people, you're going to have to sit down one by one with people who act like they ain't got no damn sense and don't know what they should be wearing. Everybody have a dress code, shorts, a minimum length, on shorts, minimum length on skirts, minimum length on dresses, no cleavage, period. No showing your drawers. You remember back in the day, fam, there used to be a saying, she's showing her drawers. He's showing his ass. You know what I'm saying? Remember that? Showing your ass. You're not supposed to show your ass. Literally or figuratively speaking. Some of you parents, totally out of control. Totally out of control. Woodland High School, let's take a look at their dress code. Let's take a look at the dress code. Let's see. Visitors will not be able to enter this building in attire such as pajamas, robes, house shoes, bonnets, revealing articles of clothing, sagging pants. No one under the influence of drugs or alcohol. This is a god shame that they have to put this out there. I'm looking at all of this stuff and this was something that was automatically understood when I went to school, back in the Black in the Gap. Black in the Gap. This was something that was automatically understood. Your brain told you what to wear. Your brain told you that something was inappropriate. You didn't have to get to the school and be turned away. You already knew better. The problem is, or one of the biggest problems is, these kids are being raised by kids. They're being raised by kids who have no decorum, no respect, no self-awareness. So if you're raised like that and your mama and your daddy, it's your daddy sagging, your mama walking out the house, going to the store wearing a bonnet, all at the airport in a bonnet, traveling across the damn country wearing a bonnet, slippers, walking around in house shoes, nightgowns. You don't see nothing wrong with it because you're conditioned. You've been conditioned. Kind of like how you can be conditioned to be confrontational when there's a dispute. Some people are conditioned to be aggressive when they have a dispute. I was conditioned to be aggressive when I was younger. I was raised like that. I was raised to settle conflict with fists, guns, and insults. That's the way I was raised. It took me a long time to get that out of my system. And sometimes, it's still a struggle. But that's the way they're conditioned. So they don't see nothing wrong with it. Woodland High School, Woodland Lawn Administration said, Woodlawn administration said, "We appreciate your support as we continue to set the example and model for our students proper dress code. We ask that you kindly adhere to this policy." I don't see nothing wrong with it. I don't see anything wrong with it at all. High schools around this country are implementing dress codes for visitors entering their school grounds. And this also includes the students. When the kids' role models are people who walk out the house in pajamas and robes and house shoes and bonnets and revealing articles of clothing and sagging pants and under the influence of drugs or alcohol, boom, this is what you get. I didn't get a lot of life lessons, a lot of good life lessons from my mother growing up. But I know for a fact, I couldn't walk out of that damn house with no pajamas on. I wouldn't have been able to get away with walking out of that house with some house shoes on, sagging my pants, my drawers hanging off my ass. My mama would have straight up called me a faggot. She would have straight up said it. "Boy, is you a faggot or something?" See, I got an old school mama. I had an old school mama. That's how them old school mamas talk. "Boy, you like boys or something?" You got to tell people, they got to actually put out a note and place it on the school's property. They got to put out a dress code. Stick it on the windows of the school property and say no pajamas, no robes, no house shoes, no bonnets, no revealing articles of clothing, no sagging pants, no under the influence of drugs or alcohol on our premises. Come on, man. The parents walking into the school trying to be like the kids. They trying to be hip like the kids. They trying to fit in. Here I am, call myself embarrassed when my mama would come up to the school with a wig on. I thought that was the worst thing ever. Some of y'all might try to laugh at me, but y'all know what I'm talking about. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Showing up to the school with that obvious wig on. That wig that's, when she's not wearing it, it's set on that white foam head that she kept on the dresser. Yeah, man. These parents today, they're 1,000 times, they dress 1,000 times worse. Look at this woman. These are real pictures of parents showing up at school. These are real pictures of parents at school. The chick on the left, I showed her face. You can see how short that outfit is she had on. There's a picture of her backside, but I wanted to put some balance on the picture, so I had to decide, do I show two pictures of her or just that one? So I made room to put these other two pictures on here to show y'all some diversity so y'all can see it ain't just one group of parents. It's not just one race of parents or color of parents or even age of parents. It's all of their asses. Well, not all of the parents, but y'all know what I'm talking about. It's a mixed bag of parents who have no respect, no self-respect for themselves or their children or the schools that their children attend. They don't have respect for the other students that are there that have to be subjected to what they're wearing, to what they look like. Look at this chick, bro. Look at him. Look at what they're wearing. This you can't really see. Well, you can see it if you zoom in on the one to the far right. You can tell that her shirt is sheer. Look at the bottom part of the shirt, and you can kind of see that that's a sheer shirt. So she's not wearing a bonnet. It's some type of rag or something. Look like something that you might wear late at night to protect your hair. But that should be a difference in the way that you dress when you're in your bed than when you are at your child's school. There should be a difference in the way that you dress when you're at a nightclub or you're on the beach than the way that you would dress when you're at your child's school. There should be a difference in the way that you dress when you're at that strip club on that pole, sliding down that pole, than the way you dress when you are at your child's school. There's a lot of selfish parents out there. They don't care if they embarrass their children because it's all about them. They live life for them exclusively. The kids are just an accessory. Joe Mama, come jump in this live with me, man. Jump on this live with me right quick. I got a link right there. Anybody that has that has been an educator before, jump on the live and let's walk down memory lane. Let me know what your experience was like. There's a link in the description. I just put a link in the description for you to join the live if you want to hop on the live with me right quick. I know I got some teachers out there. Yeah, this is the one. These are women, especially the two on the side to the left. These are women who are showing up to the school to try to compete with the young girls who are at school. This one on the left actually has a smaller child, so she could very well be showing up to the school to try to get a reaction from the male teachers or even the female teachers or the principal. These are people who have just seek attention and they don't have an off button. I absolutely believe that schools' uniforms should be mandatory across the board. Mandatory. School uniforms should be mandatory, and you shouldn't really have to tell these damn parents about a damn dress code. They should know better, but apparently not. So yeah, put the dress code out there for them and send their ass to jail if they violate it. Put them in jail. I bet they get the message then. I bet you before they walk up to that door, walk on that property, I bet they be saying, ooh, all right, let me cover this up right quick because I don't want to go to jail today. I bet you they get the message then. Lock them up. If you are an educator, click the link to join the live. If you are not an educator, please do not click the link unless you have a very, very unique story that pertains to what we are talking about right now. I want to stay on point. We got Michael Turner. Mike Turner, what's up?
What's up, bro?
What it look like? Mike, you got some experience in this education arena? Okay, look like your mic is on silent. I heard you at first and then you muted.
Sorry.
Unmute your mic. There you, yeah, you got some experience in education?
I've been out with some. No, I've got no experience in education. I've been out with girls who go around in pajamas. Is it on?
Yeah, I hear you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I've got no experience in education.
Okay, you have no experience in education. Well, that's what we're talking about. We're talking about these parents who are showing up to the school in inappropriate attire. You got any comments on that?
Well, it sounds messing up. But I just want to say, me and my mate used to, when he was a kid, get stoned and that. And he used to sing the Ghetto Boys, but he'd turn his back on everyone. You know, like he's got a bit shy and all that. So he go rapping in the corner with his back to everyone. But it's just a little point.
I got you, man. It's kind of difficult to understand what you're saying, but man, I appreciate you joining the live. All right. It's Mike Turner. Hey, fam, if you got any information on the education side and dealing with these youngsters, you want to share your experience, you can click on the link and join the live. Dealing with the administration, dealing with these parents. Good Lord. They need to have another term for some of these people. They you shouldn't even call them parents. Parents sound like such a respectable term. You know, parents. It's my parents. Parents. You know, it sounds respectable, don't it? Parents. Parent. Parenting. You need to come up with another term. Like, I don't know, breeders. That's right. I said it. Breeders. Because that's how some of these parents behave. They act like they're not trying to raise human beings and get them ready for the world so that they can be productive citizens. You know what I'm saying about? They act like they're not developing human beings. What up? Because that's how some of your parents behave.
Yo.
They act like they're not
trying to get out here. Had the TV on.
Okay, there you go. That's better. What's up,
yes,
home?
Sir.
What's on your mind?
Yeah, man, it's crazy. Like I said, I've been in education 28 years. Well, it's gonna be my 28th year.
Okay.
And it has gotten progressively worse. And what's crazy is those usually be the kids that's causing a lot of problems too.
Right.
You know, yep, you know what I'm saying? So what you try to do is try to have a conversation with the parents, you know, how to dress. Because even during the pandemic, when we had to teach kids online, man.
Yeah.
Women walking behind the cameras, damn near naked.
I saw a few of those. I saw one of them who was all the way naked. A little boy was doing his homework, was doing his schoolwork, and his mama walked by butt naked.
Yeah. Yeah, it's crazy, man. But everything has just changed, man. You know what I'm saying? So I'm, like I said, I don't want to sound like the old man, get off my line, but certain things just like, come on, at some point, then we wonder why other races look at us crazy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it's always the mothers. And see, a lot of kids, they're not even with their baby's daddy, or they have like this certain attitude. They coming in, talking crazy, dressing crazy, and it's embarrassing because, you know, the little boys, they gonna joke on their friends. They're like, where your fine ass mom at? You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And it causes fights. It causes all kind of drama.
Yeah. What do you think the biggest issue is?
I think it's just society as a whole, man. Everything is gone down. It's kind of like on that Boondocks episode when they had brought Martin Luther King back. And yes. He was like, I did all this for y'all acting like this.
Yeah.
It's like a reverse, man. And I just think we have to have this as educators. I mean, whatever your content area is that you teach, you got to teach life stuff. Mm-hmm. So some days I might just teach just common sense stuff. You know what I'm saying? Because the kids, they don't know, and you know they ain't getting it at home.
Not to pick on the women, you know, but I got to call a strike and a ball a ball. I love all y'all. You know, I really do support. I appreciate. I ride for the women. They know that. You can go down my timeline and you'll see video after video. I uplift women. But I got to call a strike, and a ball, a ball. Some of these women out here, do you believe that they behave the way that they behave, you know, with the provocative dressing and stuff, or just not giving a damn that they got walking around, showing up to the school in a bonnet or hot shorts or whatever it is they're wearing, house shoes, because they are a single mother and they feel like they're doing all the work, and at the very least, they can take a break on how they dress. You know, people need to just accept however I come, because look, I got a lot of weight on me. I'm dealing with these kids all by myself. So, you know, this is the one thing that I should be able to do and nobody question me about how I dress or how I look. What do you think about that assessment?
I mean, that's cool. I feel you. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying the mothers, you know, they do a lot of single mothers. They need that release, but you can release that once you drop off your child.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Right. You can do all that. Go get your party on, do all that, dress however. But at the end of the day, you know, you represent your child. And particularly if you got a little girl, you're grooming a little girl to have that same type of mentality.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So that's the thing. I know we put a lot on the women in that, but if you are the single mother, I mean, that's a rough, I'm not discounting how hard that has to be. I'm not discounting that. Right. But still, you're still accountable you're the person that's raising that child. You know what I mean? And you got to come in, like I said, and just educators. And I'm going to tell you something. I'm an educator. I ain't got no sample size stuff. And teachers, they talking about it. I'm telling you, I know they are. They talking about them strong. They talking about them strong. But as an educator, you got to have a heart. So what you try to do, try to be as positive you can with the kid, and just, you know, you're going to have to teach them just some other stuff, because their mothers like that, there's no telling what's going on in the house. A lot of times, like, even if you want to smoke weed, hey, do your weed. Kids coming in out the car, you see the cloud of smoke coming out the car. Kids coming in smelling like weed. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's so much, you know what I mean? So it's tough. That's why education, people leaving, man. People leaving education.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's a tough situation.
Are you still an educator?
Yeah, this is year, I'm about to enter year 28 on Monday.
So what's your thoughts? I know you probably didn't had this run through your head 100,000 times, like when I got my exit strategy. I got to get the hell up out of here.
You know what?
You haven't thought about it?
I'm still not. Because I still feel that I'm needed. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And so I'm still in it for the long haul. I didn't say the long haul. I don't know how much more years I'm gonna do this, but I just continue, because when you impacting kids in any kind of way, that what gives me energy. You know what I'm saying? So I'm still on it, but you know you're gonna have to teach outside of whatever you teach them, because these kids, they do not know simple things like yes, thank you. You know, keep your hands to yourself if you don't want to get hit. And like when I was the dean, like sometimes some kids didn't want to listen. And before I break up a fight, I used to let some of the kids get their butt beat for a little while before I break in. I said, because they need to get hit.
Mm-hmm.
Because they keep up mess. You know what I'm saying? So as an educator, you got to make decisions. But if you really in it for the kids and for the growth, you just brush it off and keep on moving.
How big of a problem is it for teachers who dress provocative?
Yeah, well, teachers, that's what it comes down. Like, I've been an administrator as well. So teachers usually try to dress appropriately, but you do have some. And it depends on the school. Some teachers may not say nothing some administrators may not say nothing to the teachers. But there are some teachers, and like, that's crazy, because teachers now, they don't look like teachers when I was going to school.
Yeah, they seem to be a lot younger, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. It's a lot of them. Because you got some, they fresh out of college, sometimes 23, you know, they still clubbing. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of times they come, but a lot of administrators, they do pull the younger teachers to the side. So that, with the schools I've been at, that really hasn't been too much of an issue in terms of teachers dressing that way, except when they have like a teacher party, Christmas party, or everybody go out for a drink, that you see what they really be on.
Right. What are your thoughts about the teachers who use hip hop explicit lyrics like Sexy Red to educate?
See, hey, I'm a hip hop kid, and hey, shout out to you and the Ghetto Boys. But you know what I'm saying. But even with that, because a lot of all the rappers I listen to still like the cats. I like explicit lyrics. You know, Scarface, Pac, Biggie, Hove, Nas. But in terms like this new style, even with Sexy Red and all that, it's the problem I have with her and stuff like that is really our little girls. That's the biggest thing. Because I just remember growing up, we always had fast little girls, but now, I mean, girls, they're having sex as early as the 3rd grade.
Yeah. We always had, yeah, you know, to your point, we've always had that, you know, boys will be boys thing in our society. You know, you expect boys to be a little mischievous and be reckless at times, do stupid stuff and all this. But the girls seem like they trying to catch up and outshine. You know, it's like
Yeah.
It's like, I don't know why they want to compare themselves to boys and say the boys do it. You know, why can't we do it? The boys do it. Even women say men do it. You know, like, I don't know why they want to compare themselves to men. You know, men, if you really think about it, we built the world, but we've also destroyed a great deal of the world. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely. But it's a total shift, man. It's a total shift. I mean, the girls, they're so aggressive. The girls are so aggressive. In fact, in terms of the little boys, a lot of little boys really don't be really ready to even take it there. But there's so much pressure on the girls. Because I remember back in the day, some boys say, "Hey, I got that tongue, I kissed her," or you may have had some fingering situations. But these girls like, "Nah, we going all the way." And if you don't, what's wrong with you? You gay? Then it's a spreading rumor that, hey, he gay. I had all this film, and it's just crazy, man. Some of the stuff I had to teach sex education. You know, I had to teach sex education from kindergarten all the way up to 8th. And the curriculum I would just pick and choose the stuff I would, because some of the stuff I was not going to teach to the 1st grade.
Hold on, man. You teaching sex education in kindergarten?
Dude, yeah, but for the kindergarten, it's mostly like kindergarten first is mostly your body parts. They want the kids to know their right name. And then what I do then, I start talking about in terms of more on the child molestation tip. Like, hey, no one should be touching except your mom and dad. I tell little girls, don't sit on your daddy's friend laps, just all kind of stuff, man. But yeah, some of the stuff, man, it's so crazy. Now, when you get to the 7th and 8th, I really kind of go in a little bit because I know what they're doing. I talk about the STIs, the sexually transmitted, infections and all that, and then I will have a questionnaire. Have everybody write a question that they might be thinking about. I get cards out. Let everybody ask a question. Now, if they don't have a question, I say, have a nice day on it. So everyone writes something, you know what I mean? So the next day I would just read the different questions they have. A lot of them be legitimate questions. A lot of them be like, hey, can you get pregnant the first time? Like, what is syphilis? I mean, what is herpes? I mean, can you get pregnant doing anal sex? They ask some of everything. Little kids.
They asking about anal sex, and God, good Lord.
Willie, man, I'm telling you, it is off the chain. It really is. It's off the chain.
Do you see it getting better? I mean, do you see a pathway? Do you see a pathway for it to get better?
Well, the pathway one is, I'm gonna speak from the school side. The schools now are so caught up in test scores. Too much. They're so caught up in test scores that we're not teaching just basic things to survive in life. Now, I'm not saying test scores aren't important, but teachers are that's why a lot of teachers are leaving. They're so caught up in that, worrying about that. And I think we should constantly just teach kids basic. Now, they got the SEL with the social and emotional learning been implemented. That's really good because you could teach kids stuff outside of the regular reading, writing, arithmetic stuff. But I think the pathway one, and I think we need to have more programs for the parents. Now, parents don't always come, but at least provide parenting classes, but you can't call it parenting classes because they're going to take offense that you're saying I'm not being a good parent.
Right.
So
what do you call it?
Yeah.
What kind of classes do you call it? I mean, what's the course called? What's the initiative called? What do you call it?
I guess you could family. Because I would say you could see they don't have that to my knowledge. I would say you could say call it like family, family community something. Because even the parents, like you said, the ladies that's dressing like that, deep down they know they probably shouldn't, but they don't want to be told nothing. So you got to be careful where you word to them when you know they need some help, because they're gonna automatically get offensive. Because like even kids that may need some extra teaching in terms of special education, they still have to sign the form. So you have to be careful when you're talking about somebody's child. I mean, they would literally come up there and fight you. Well, they're gonna come up and fight me, but but some teachers, you have to be very careful, man, because like you said, because the teachers can only do so much. But when they get home, that's one thing I love about the pandemic. Those parents saw really what their kids really be doing every day. And they said, hey, one lady I saw, she came online smoking a blunt. She was like, I'm joining every teacher parent thing they got because my teachers wouldn't line on my son. My son bad as hell. He don't listen. He don't want to do nothing. So I think it got to be a real true partnership between the schools and the parents.
Yeah, we got to figure it out, man. We really don't have a choice. We don't have a choice, and we don't have the luxury to ignore this issue. And we need all hands on deck. I appreciate you, Ye. Appreciate you, man.
Hey, I appreciate you, brother.
Appreciate your service, man. We need real instructors, real teachers like you who are not just there for the check. Absolutely get your money, but the kids can come first.
Yes, sir.
I appreciate you for being on deck to make that happen, man.
Yeah, shout out to you, man. Shout out to you.
Absolutely, my man. Yeah, that's beautiful, man. Beautiful. Let's see who we got here. Mocha Latte. Who is that? Angela Datnack, what up? Pure Michigan. Yeah, man, shout out to the good teachers out there. Boy, we need y'all. Boy, y'all damn near is the last hope. If y'all just say, you know what, I'm out of here. It's over. It's absolutely over. But we holding on by a shoestring because of y'all. So salute y'all. And we appreciate y'all more than you could ever know. My kids are out of school. They grown and gone. But I do know that we're only going to go as far as this next generation take us. We're only going to go as far as the youth take us. It's at some point, we got to move out the way. And we're only going to go as far as the youth take us. We got to prepare them. We got to have all hands on deck. Really, we can say that it ain't my job, it's the parents' job, but man, we really ain't got no choice but to help out. We ain't got no choice but to have all hands on deck. Miss B, what up? YB. Yeah, fam, it starts at home. And, the situation looks bleak. If you really think about it, you really think about who the youngsters are today and what they're doing, the type of, not all, of course, but how a lot of them move, you got to think to yourself, if they're doing all of this, if they're behaving like, if the mamas and daddies are acting like this, if the school got to put out a damn, they got to come up with a new dress code just for the parents. They got to come up with a dress code for the parents. And then you already know that those parents' kids are more likely a reflection of them. Now the kids are at an age where they're having sex. They're wild and uncontrolled, wild and uncontrollable. Think everything wrong is right and everything right is wrong. They ain't got no business procreating, bringing children into the world, but they get horny. They have sex. They produce children. They're 15, 16, 17, 18, 19 years old, having babies. What in the hell can they teach them? In many cases, they end up not even raising their own kids because they end up getting in a jam because they ain't got no understanding. So they end up finally realizing that fat meat is greasy and that you're going to have to listen to somebody at some point. You're going to have to respect something at some point. End up dead or in jail. Now grandmom and granddad are raising your kids or the streets raising them. Thus the cycle continues. Yeah, fam. All hands on deck. We ain't got no choice. That's my time, fam. I appreciate y'all joining the live. Thanks to the caller for his input, his valuable input, and his valuable work that he do for our children. Until next time, fam, enjoy the rest of your morning, afternoon, or evening, wherever you are in the world. I will be back more than likely with another live today. But until then, no more talk.